that lane for quite a while as he's both low on HP and mana.
This is where they pick the Shadow Demon into the Darkseer, one of the best heroes at dealing with that pressure. And also, when he's got spare time, PvD, he'll get a stack and go for the top rune. Oh, Arcane Rune.
This is a lot of time that S4 is kind of out of the lane.
It's the surge off, but he will most likely have to go all the way back to base.
And unless he just wants to rely on the clarity of the mangoes, it does get passed over. And mangoes, what, 2 mangoes, 2 clarities. It looks like S4's just going to try and stick around, has the salve being given to him as well. So we'll be able to stay in lane.
Yeah, there's the one weakness to the Shaker, right? Where you don't have that ease of execution playing with the Darkseer. You don't have that point and click stun. You've got to try and catch PvD out of position, land a block. Easier said than done. Bottom, under the tower.
He might just do it. He has to sell, but he's actually able to keep out of range as well. So the salve will keep going. They'll look to get the kill onto Fly instead. They'll get the Oracle. Arteezy still actually pretty low, came back in range. And the salve did end up getting cancelled. 33 and Saxo still trying to play around with him. Flies back into the lane though. That should mean that Arteezy is fine for now. But definitely the potential of these two heroes, and as you say, this early nasal goo causing a lot of issues for EG in this safe lane.
And at the same time, they're doing fine on the CS, and you don't mind that Oracle dies there, because eventually Arteezy will be able to out-regen this lane. It's about the 3-3 mana pool that truly matters, and I think he's going to go all the way back to buy a bottle instead of those boots, so that he can maintain presence in this lane. Top, Ace still free-farming hard. I think this is the right move from EG. You want to pull this creep wave. You don't want to just continuously back lane as Peter spams Shadow Poison on both of you.
Hey, they've been just taking so much damage for it.
Yeah.
As that poison stacks up each and every time, making it hard for S4 and Crit to hold their ground top. EPD also being prepared, getting more mana, send out to him Clarity and Mango on the way. So he can stay in the lane, but S4's got the Soul Ring done, so he can keep that spam, have that extra bit of regen to stay and continue these sort of plays.
And check that mid matchup though. Sumail, bit outmatch. That's to be expected. Early levels, Razor gets the link off. You have equal damage without. If you get a couple seconds of it, it's very, very difficult for a sniper to last it against you. He's got a full level advantage at the moment. Might even hit 5 before Sumail's 3.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And both teams having supports hover around that mid. Crit and PPD seeing if they could have done anything, but all they're going to do is stop each other from getting close to that middle lane. Bottom 33. Getting involved in this pool that EG's trying to make happen. Fly has to be careful each and every time. Anytime these quill sprays stack up, Fly could be vulnerable to being dove. Has to stick though.
You're cool with this right now though. If you're EG, you're trading in effectively all the lanes. Sure, Fada has more denies, but the slower game should favor Evil Geniuses. They have a much easier time killing objectives, and specifically Ace's Sven needs a lot of time to come online. Whereas Arteezy, he just needs wolves and a Necrobook, and he can slay your towers with ease.
Saxa nearly dies there to Fly, but the Purifying Flames again can't quite do it.
So close.
33's got the quick play to get the kill. The mid lane wraparound will be successful. Crit sets up for the kill on Fada.
It's the Sniper Shaker combo. One of the best choices to lane up against the Razor in terms of kill potential. I was thinking Viper for sure. There were so many things you could break. The Bristle, the Sven, even the Razor's Aura. But Sniper, at some point, will be able to get a Silver Edge, and it's just more damage output. Probably better synergy with the EG lineup because you already have the tower pressure handled. You've got a lot of front line. You needed that hero just to be able to sit in the back and get tons of damage out. The mixed damage potential as well is quite nice when you consider all of NIP's heroes won't be going for BKB till second or third item. A lot of convergence on mid though. Fada in trouble.
The block with the Fisher. PPD is there. A little bit of disruption available if Fada gets pressured too much. And we have it being used, but Fada already feeling very low. Saxa tries to commit with the shackles, but Fada, he just gets slapped down. Right enchant totem, Crit gets the kill, and Crit keeping himself at a distance away from PPD. May even think about going back in. He's got Fisher back up in a second. They'll try and block him off. PPD a little high up on the ground, but he's still able to move in, get the block off, and Crit sets up for a second. They let them have the Shaker, and Crit already off to a beautiful start again in this game too.
As is Ace, though, once again, he's going to be top net worth in the game. 3 points in the Great Cleave. PPD's got 2 stacks up for him at the medium camp above mid. Might want Fada to take that, but the downside is Fada went for the 3-2-0 build, so he won't be able to accelerate through the jungle. This is for lane dominance. And I always fear for Razors that don't have max passive early because they won't have that ability to swarm through the jungle. It'll be all on Ace for the accelerations. They just walk into PPD.
PPD does have the disruption to stop Crit a little bit. Crit's going to continue to go. That room more than long enough to allow him to close the gap with the Fissure there again. Crit, another kill. 3-0-1. They're going to bring in TPs. They want to stop Crit, at least get a kill off him. They will trap him up, but he's also coming in. Doesn't need to at the end of the day. Saxa and Fada will be able to finally get Crit off the map, but Crit, he's certainly done the job already, causing so much chaos around that mid lane.
Indeed, remember, wolves need no armor. Arteezy farming through the jungle will finish up his HOD, no boots, in just 200 gold, and then all of a sudden, every time he uses an ult, there's a threat that he can find a kill on any target, and then immediately look to click down the tower as well. We'll be able to complete that. Looks like the courier still has his ring of health. It'll head over to him now. 3-3, he went for the boots bottle. I think he'll be rushing a Vanguard into Crimson next. Means his offensive power will be limited, and they're going for him.
They are. Crit, he's here now for the backup. Once again, the root first to slow him down, hold him in possession, get the setup for a good Fissure. Traps him in 33, stuck in the...
You gotta be careful.
The quill sprays are adding up though onto Arteezy. Arteezy has to keep the distance, wait for the quill sprays to wear off. Does mean that 33 will stay alive.
He's just holding his back to them.
Going deeper and deeper here in the trees. It's taking their time to kill him, but one more slap. Crit, he's got it. Top lane as well, looking for S4. They do get a trade. NIP. Yep. They'll kill off S4 as well as Crit dying as Fada did come into the lane for the cleanup.
I like that play from 3-3 though. You accept death as the offlaner, especially when you're Bristleback. You recognize that, look, I might die here, but I'm gonna burn. It burns the like an ult. You get tons of health out of these supports, and in addition, you even get the trade. And now Fada can just show up. Arteezy has no ability to contest him. He's gonna be forced to go back into the jungle. We'll have his HOD coming out on Courier. Sumail finishing the treads. Now Peter just trying to get his own XP, taking the lane that Fada's abandoned. Slight lead for NIP in the gold, mostly because Ace. He's 1,000 in front of the game, rushing the Echo Saber, which I like. It's the fastest item for acceleration you can go on, Sven, with that max cleave as well.
Yeah, very nice to deal with sort of the summons as, you know, if suddenly Arteezy comes running at you. A couple of hits, and the walls will die.
This is all going to be a game of timing. Will you be able to get on top of Sumail's sniper at some point in the game as well? I think Nip have more of the impetus here. They are the ones that...
Whoa, no! PPD or Fada, who was down there?
Looks like a Fada.
It was Fada. Got the courier killed, bringing it across that mid lane. PPD, he'll get himself killed. There's Crit. He'll take this one.
Oh my god, Crit's having such a great game.
5-2-1. Involved in all 6 kills so far for EG Crit.
More importantly, he's got those kills. He's 5 of them, and he has Blink in a little over 1,000 gold, along with Arcanes. Last game he had to go Tranquil Soul Ring. He much prefers this item combo. And you look at the map, other than having to do that slow walk of shame out to lane again, he has been playing aggressive Olga. And 15 seconds to bounty. Looks like it'll be a 2-for-2 trade, but that's the kind of move that's a bit tilting, right? You lose Courier, you lose Peter, and you lose mid-top, but the most important on the map.
And Sumail is able to pick up a kill on Saxa up top. Chases him down with the Assassinate. The network now even at 10 minutes in.
Yeah. I actually like Sumail's item build. He's rushing Shadowblade, and when you have all this pace from EG, you're going to have a Lycan just beeline forwards with his ult popped, Surged Shaker or Darkseer as well. Now you can just ensure that your positioning will be ideal. You break, you attack, shrapnel, ult, and that first target EG goes for is almost certainly going to die. Nip, their whole lineup is predicated on being ahead in the engagement and then rolling forward. They have no real save or peel. So they're going to look to smoke and get aggressive. They want the enemy mid-tower, or maybe just Arteezy like them, but the smoke pops.
Arteezy would be a beautiful catch if they can find it. And they don't actually get any of the disable off. Arteezy's able to keep his distance, pop the ult, in fact turn straight towards them, pushing them back. PPD will contain him with the disruption, but already the summons beating down on the Shadow Demon. PPD's dead. A failed smoke gang there from NIP as they just do not get any disable off onto Arteezy in time.
Yep, and the punch creep, you can see it dispels the Warcry, that move speed, the damage reduction, it disappears. And I like what 3-3 is doing in the sense that he continues to pressure the enemy offlane, but EG responding properly. Think of Bristle as a timber saw. You don't play into him, you just play away. You have no problem mirroring the map here, because at some point, if Nip looked to rotate and finish off that tier 2, looks like it might happen sooner rather than later. They do have roster wards available. You don't want to go Roche just yet because Lycan ult's down, but that's always a threat, especially when Sartor finishes the Necro book. He's only a few hundred gold away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lycan to collect level 6 down bottom. And look at this, S4 and Sumail just holding hands in the enemy jungle. They farm so fast. keeping each other safe.
Still holding on to this mid and top tier 1 tower. Not giving NIP any sort of chance to push in. But having to be careful every time he comes forward. He knows if they can get the slow, the purge, and the chase. There's a lot of damage between the three of them, especially having crit with an available Fissure. There we have it, 12 minutes in, Carl.
That is
done on Shaker.
That's terrifying. No one on NIP is even close to that level of initiation. And their draft, as I just said, like they're all in. They're going to go to bottom. Nice TP from Smell. You have the invis, now goes bottom. They set up the easy kill onto Saxa.
And nothing that can be done by Saxa. The scan does hit on to 33, so they know there's more around, but they won't go chasing. 33 still a target that's a bit of a struggle to tackle. They'll continue to ignore him, EG.
Yep, he's got no reason to touch him.
Same to be said for S4. A very beefy target.
Yeah. This is the concern. You look, Nip, you're going to have a blink on the Sven, but that's your core. And you're going to have a Bristle, a Razor, like, they want to go in, they're going to naturally clump up, and Crit can so easily peel this fight and just potentially even win the game for EG with one big echo.
And that's because it feels hard as well for NIP, even with the blink on the Sven, who are you jumping and killing straight away?
Yep, there's an Oracle as well, if you ever actually get that real initiation. Very difficult hero for Sven to play against, and another source of offensive purge for the Warcry.
Yeah, there's no obvious targets for NIP to jump. The smokes come out from both sides. NIP, focus on the mid lane. Samael already starting to play it safe, getting back into the trees, and EG's going for the longer wraparound through the jungle of NIP.
This is perfect play from EG here if they can connect.
If Crit can find the opening with that blink.
One downside, Fly has only 200 mana remaining. This could be a tough battle for them.
They're taking the tower, but EG's sort of letting them. Baiting them in for this one, S4. It's going to see if he can find sort of setup with the vacuum. They're already looking towards Fada out of money, gets the static off. So RTG has to keep the distance, but there's the Fissure.
Here it comes.
Crit. Not wanting to jump in as of yet. The wall has been dropped down. Saxa gets moved to the side by the Purifying Flames. As NIP having to back off.
Great patience from Crit there. I thought for a moment he was going to have this opportunity to hit all three, but they did the Delta split just in time, and Crit wisely just turns away, recognize, look, all I have to do is not miss Echo. Nice TP from Arctor as well. Hides in the trees as his ult fades and ensures he gets out of dodge. And every single time EG pop a Lycan ult, it is finding them a kill, but you got to be cautious. Ace has level 12. He's got Blink Dagger. If you clump up, could pay big dividends for really either side. There's no points in vacuum yet either on S4. Then that scenario we just saw where the wall came down, if there's a vac, that would have been a huge fight for EG because Crit was in position to follow up.
I mean, for Ace as well with the sort of build with the Echo into Blink, do you imagine we're going to see the BKB or does he go for the SNY? How important is that magic immunity? I mean, I feel like against the Shaker, right, he needs it, otherwise Crit's always going to be there with the counterplay.
You definitely can't afford to go SNY. You need some raw damage here. I think BKB is fine. Maybe a mini Crit first, something like this, but I think the BKB is necessary to your point because that's the only thing that really changes the status quo in these team fights. Because right now it feels like EG, so long as they don't find themselves out of position with the core picked off, they should be able to have a huge advantage in the 5-on-5. And 3-3, your job, he's trying to make himself a target. That's all about the items. You just pop Crimson, walk forwards, but another concern is you're playing against Oracle, and Arteezy's done a great job of keeping his Purge creep alive. He's going to find another one here. I think he'll take one over. Remember, Crimson Guard and the Warcry are dispellable.
Yeah, so as long as Arteezy and Samel sort of focus down a target, they can kill them.
Yes.
The core's still 33, but he is very beefy, even without some of those buffs. Just having his passive, of course, if he's able to turn his back. But everybody else on NIP has to be very, very wary of being jumped and such. It's Fada and Saxu trying to push out on this bottom lane. It's just the two of them.
And look at the warding as well from EG. I love this. They have the entrance to their jungle. You can see it just peeked out on Ace because it covers that Shrine Hill and the lane. And they've also got one a bit advanced forward. They want to bait NIP into an engagement here. They're playing on one of their own wards.
Got the vision on them themselves, and Fly will be found. Serpent wards are dropped.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
The Fissure sort of stops them from going any further. Crit, again, able to block NIP off, make sure the Fly can walk away to safety, and that's the Serpent wards expended for nothing.
Yeah. Jamel going to go for the Maelstrom, just trying to look to accelerate. And there's the Purge creep. As you can see, Arteezy just trying to chase down PPD. And this is scary. I think EG's got a great read on this game. They're gonna the Purge mechanics, they're so hard to find in Dota. I can't believe EG has two, and it's so good in this game. The big survivability tools are the two strength heals on an NIP. are just shut down. Not sure what they're going to look to do here. Really not much stacking either going on. We're going to get one ancient stack here. This will be the second time we have a double for 8 to pick up, but I'm concerned he's not accelerating fast enough. Only 300 gold ahead of the sniper. He was 1,300 gold ahead at what, like 6-8 minutes in, something like that?
Got to be careful with those wards. What, 7 minutes in to have given away 500 gold, 17 separate wards. That's a lot of wards you're letting, EG farm up.
Now, if you check again, EG, they're just controlling their own jungle because they don't need vision in the top area of the map. They have a Lycan who just farms with his creeps. Darkseer farming with the Zion.
Down bottom, instantly in with the Echo, locks down Fodder. And the two of them will claim his life. Crit and Samel. Saxon tries to go for a Hex, but now knowing that the number flavor is there for EG, NIP will not try and poke anymore. They'll just hold back behind that tower. Maelstrom done for Samel.
It's the exact same game as we saw Secret play when they had the Oracle Shaker supports. You can't target a core because there's 2 supports behind with Peel, and if you go for the support, the other one can always save him, assuming he's out of position in the first place, and there's still no real jump potential in NIP. I know Sven has a blink, but he doesn't want to have to play so active. He wants to just farm. He'd love to have the game Arteezy's had. If you have ult up, find a kill, otherwise just continue ricing through the woods, and instead Ace constantly has to pinball back and forth just to try and get something doing for his squad.
And even when that BKB is done, as I say, they in these 5v5s, sure they'll be able to jump in, clean out the walls with the cleave. But then when it comes to actually killing off these cores, it's so hard. They have to pretty much find fly at the start of each fight.
And Arteezy has no intention whatsoever of ever engaging Ace in a man-to-man fight in the river or something. He's just going to pop his ult and try and kill off the supports, maybe Fada's Razor. Make himself, you want to ensure that someone else on your team is targeted. Notably, make them chase after Sumail. As one hero is targeted on EG, the others can look to converge on the back line. I think NIP, they're doing it right though, and Sox are playing bottom, the rest of the squad trying to make a move here. The smoke is active, and they plant Bristle on the tower, but EG, as you can see, they're not going to engage. They're going to just try and burn his mana off with the Necro Bolt.
They're doing a good job of that as well. 33 pretty much out of the mana. So Fisher will slow down Fodder, goes in with the rod. He's got the control onto Crit, but there's the save from Fly. Keeping Crit safe and at a distance. Now they'll turn some else down into peep into Fodder. Shrine will be popped by NIP. NIP still very worried about how they jump in and commit. They tried to close the gap and get EG by surprise with that smoke. But EG's lineup proving to be very hard to break through and get to the back lines.
Yeah, it's just Ace, like he wants to initiate, he desperately wants to, but you can't. If he blinks into this, oh, here we go.
What they do? They get the stun onto Crit. He's got some out by his side to peep in and push Ace away. They're chasing down Fly. It's a bit of a split up fight for NIP. They do get the route onto Fly, so they will get Oracle. The Oracle cannot escape. NIP finds something. Can they find anything more? S4 has the surge, wants to stick around for the rune, won't be able to get it. It's 33, will pick it up between them. Down bottom, EG will look to grab the two themselves, but with a quick TP, Fada will secure that one as well.
You see the invis on Crit, he's going to go walk straight into the sentry. This could be dangerous for either hero.
I mean, Fada's trying to poke at the Shaker here, but Samel's there with the damage, and Fada's going to die for that. Baited in by his own sentry ward.
And look, they're just going to keep going. They have vision on the roster. Artori's just beelining for these supports.
They've got to run NIP, they've got to regroup. Ooh. The chase is continuing, but indeed with them backing off, they know that there's 4. EG won't push their luck too far.
Yeah. Like, it was good from NIP to engage top. They had wards on EG, but Arteezy was already bottom, so there was no intention of them fighting. They only lose the support. And you just look at the map control EG possess, it just feels like one opportunity, one opening, and suddenly they're the ones that have this massive lane pressure. NIP game 1, they had to control the waves, whereas now EG, they look to play around the Roche pit next. Mid and top going to be pushed. Next Necrobook timing, we have ult up. I think Arteezy can just walk into the pit. Blink dunk in 90 seconds. Maybe you wait for that. Sumel's very happy. He's going to have the Silver Edge finished right now, along with the Maelstrom, so his acceleration hasn't suffered, and now that break mechanic is up. So we were talking about how they were ignoring 3-3, who went for the Sanj and Yasha. He realized, okay, I want to do some damage, because I'm just being ignored. I want to be able to at least try to bully the opponents. But now, status quo changes. This break reveal, you just explode the Bristleback. You purge his Crimson Guard, you dispel his back spines, He's just as squishy as any strength hero, walking around with 14 arm and 2,000 HP.
Oh, the fine crit. Crit's on his own, they get the jump, they look for more, they get the Rod of Atos onto S4. NIP try and find this Darkseer. S4 does start, drop the vacuum, and the wall, another surge is there, but NIP will continue to chase. As the stun, Ace gets the range for it. They'll keep locked down onto S4 for this one, jumping in with pod strength. The shackles from Saxa, they've got the damage, they'll get both. NIP making the plays there, getting Crit and S4 isolated away from the rest of the team.
That's the BKB on Ace. He can suddenly play with confidence. He knows that even if he goes in a bit too far, there's no potential for EG to turn it around and suddenly make him the target. Mid, look at this. This is maybe the play that they were waiting for in EG. They've got Silver Edge up. And 3-3 doesn't know about it just yet, I don't think. Artur's waiting with his already. They're going to go for it.
TP's are already coming in though for 33. Will they be in? They purge the Crimson, but they haven't got enough control as it looks. As 33 will get back. They'll actually look towards Fodder instead, as Fodder's now had his entire mana full burn.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll have to take the steps back towards the base. EG keeping NIP pushed back to this tier 2, and Saxa.
Crit was a little too far away. Maybe 3-4 more seconds of hesitation. EG would have found that kill for sure. Artur going to back to the bot tower in exchange. Just continuously pulling NIP around the map, who hold on to a small gold lead, but a lot of it's almost all on Ace, it feels. He's got to have perfect blink-ins. It's so easy to get kited. Very difficult Sven game. He gets the targets, a huge stun into a cleave. Like, you can just wipe the floor with EG, but it's much easier said than done. And we're soon approaching that critical point of the game where a fight in Roche is almost inevitable. Much easier for the Radiant, of course, to play around it. PPD wants to ensure they have some kind of vision control in the area. They see S4, both teams doing a good job of warding up their own jungles, and it's cool how at first the bottom jungle was where we were playing around, now it's switched to top, just because it's late enough that Roche dies faster than they have vision. They see this. EG's gonna make a move.
Let's see if they can get Ace or PPD first. There's the start to Ace. Here we go, let the blink off before the damage connects, but they'll look for the easier kill. Crit gets the jump off onto PPD.
Right into the pit, look at this, Artur not even waiting. Just gonna walk straight into the Aegis. 30 seconds on PPD, no buyback. This is the trouble. It's the Radiant advantage right here in the nutshell, Owen.
And with the Greaves complete on S4, a lot of sustain to keep them in that pit without worry of NIP's interference. Crit's on the sidelines, Echo Slam at the ready if he feels the need to jump in. They'll start to play around with 33, stop him from invading. NIP really want to try and force EG away from this though. Roshan down to half HP.
They don't have Necro Book, they don't want to engage just yet. All their spells still available. Big key here, BKB level 18 on Ace. This is as close to a peak timing at this point in the game as you can get. In 10 seconds on the bounty runes. EG not wanting to force, however they will lose both bottom for free as Peter respawns and looks to go grab them. That was a win for NIP. They prevent the Roche. You get this scan out, but now we get this cute little game of cat and mouse. Which team will commit? Who will make the first real mistake of this game 2? Only a 2K lead for NIP, but it's anybody's fight. It's all about the initiation.
Both teams just hanging around the pit, waiting for each to make a move. Who's going to be first to jump? As everybody ultimates at the ready. EG starting to push over the river. The assassin, but there Ace gets the jump in. They get the Hex off as well. BKB's pop Serpent Wards blocking in, trapping RTZ off, but Pompeo can't find his way in, but Ace running back towards the backlines, cannot get Crit in time. Crit will escape. Will drop down, so they'll go for the TP out of the Rod of Atos. They cancel TP. They're on top of the sniper, they'll get one. And now they'll look for more. 33, he's found Fly. The goose stacks up, double kill for Fodder. They'll turn towards Saxa, but now they're outnumbered, EG. They have to be careful. 33 keeps going for Crit. Crit slides down to the low ground. The shackles are there onto S4. He'll grab the double damage, continue to retreat. And NIP, they're taking the fight very nicely so far. The TP over from Fodder towards the shrine to jump in from Saxa. They have to lock down for a third. Crit's dead as well.
There you go. I like this. Nip learned a bit from that first game. They take the initiative. They sat on the heels for a bit too long, allowed EG to get to a position where suddenly their team fight was insurmountable. This time, Ace sees EG. You can't cross the river. I thought we had a deal here. The moment they enter NIP territory, he just leaps forwards, and you could see they were trying to peel him, but when his BKBs pop, he's just doing too much damage. both Shaker and Darkseer were dying to the cleave. Oracle ult forced onto the crit support, and that means that Sumail, the moment he's A-toast, as you said and saw, he's just dead. The Force Staff wasn't up, he was saving for buyback.
Yeah, brilliant move from NIP. Now with the lead, 5k advantage. Ace just showing the power of the Sven here as he jumps ahead.
And at this point, I think EG, they might need to take a page out of Nip's book from that first game. Focus on the buildings. How does our Tor engage in these fights before BKB? In fact, without BKB, as he's going for an AC. He catches a stun, an Atos, whatever. He's forced to run away. You can't actually fight against Sven, as we said right at the beginning of the game. In fact, EG, I think they need like some massive AoE combo to be able to turn this around. They need a vac into a 2 or 3 man echo. But the concern is that the damage output of the sniper just isn't there yet. So even with the Silver Edge, you can see 3-3 is playing with no fear. Sven, obviously, with his BKB up, has none either. It's very difficult for the EG side to kill anybody until they get this game a little later. You need more damage on Sumail specifically.
And until that point, they're just going to let towers go. NIP. They'll get the tier 2 down bottom. PPD will be killed off towards the mid. Now, what I say, Willie, yeah, he does finally go. They've dropped the wards for this one, Saxa. They will quickly get themselves away. The rest of NIP coming around, though. See if they can get the catch onto Sumail or anybody else.
They're forced to run through the wall too, so tons of it.
They have separated S4 able to purge off the rod with the Greaves. Will start to retreat, but already Ace just jumps and cuts down Fly. The Oracle's dead. There'll be a buyback coming out from PPD. Ace is going to pop the BKB. He's a little scared of EG jumping back in upon him. As Fada will TP out the top lane, RTZ, he's going for that split push pressure. They'll instantly TP back to defend it, jump in, vacuum onto 33. He'll be able to run it off. He's out of mana, but still a lot of HP to play with, and has got Ace by his side.
With no BKB on Ace and his ult has faded, it's getting risky. They have Silver Edge in 2 seconds. There it is.
Can they kill him? They still need a lot of damage to kill this Bristle.
And Lycan is not a hero in the game. He is a building slayer. This game is 4-on-5 for EG. He did do a ton of pressure. You can even see Arteezy drawing the line. Like this is where he wants to play. He recognizes that this is not the part of the game his team has the ability to take real engagements. He's going to finish the Assault Cuirass. There it is. And if he had that up for that tier 3 push, he may have even been able to take it out. But he did get the glyph. He has 4 minutes now, where if Nip are caught sleeping for just a moment, they will be in trouble.
I mean, when RTZ goes for these plays on NIP, who are sort of the heroes you're sending back to deal with it whilst trying to keep the pressure or the team fight going elsewhere?
Well, that's the tough part, right? Because you don't want it to be Ace, because then you have no real threat. If you send 3-3, then the rest of your team gets kited, and they don't have that. You don't have that meat shield to keep the support safe. And if it's Fada, I don't think RTZ even cares. He just goes straight for the building. There is a BKB on Fada, however, so no one on Nip is really targetable right now. A big part of that, again, just because the damage output of Lycan is neutered based on the counter picks that Nip selected with their 4th and 5th, and Sniper just because you need utility before you can go for those raw damage items like the Sven has had the luxury of doing so. With the AC into the Crystallis, I imagine Daedalus complete will be his next decision, but only 500 gold in the bank. Not really threatened by anything, however. Went to go for the -6 second Stormhammer cooldown as well. I really like that decision. It ensures that Lycan really never able to threaten him, as he'll always be able to throw out a stun on the minions.
Yeah, and especially against surge targets as well. Just having that constant ability to chase down and have the stun back up.
Look at this.
They're taking towers, NIP. There's tier 2 falling. Their fortification will be popped though. You're going to attempt a bit of a fight here. BKB out from Ace. And NIP will back off. They'll be the chase from them, looking for kills. They'll find PPD. He'll be the one left behind. As a Shadow Demon will fall, but the rest of NIP are able to retreat and get out of there.
Look at bottom. RTZ trying to kill off Sox's roster is not going to be possible. We'll instead feed over just the 1 Necro creep. They do finish PPD, as you said. 3k lead for NIP. Really does feel like a repeat of last game, doesn't it? Except they've changed play styles.
Yeah, they had this lead NIP, but it is slipping away a little bit.
There's a nice smoke. They did not see this on the side of NIP, and 3-3 is isolated up top. Still has Aegis for 9 more seconds. Okay. So if they just chill a bit,
if they can play this time. 8. They'll certainly wait. I don't think they'll be able to kill him in 5 anyway. They've got to wait 5 seconds. Make sure that they wait their time, and there we have it. The Aegis is going, and 33 dies!
So close. I don't know if they recognized what the timer was, but they lucked out anyway.
We'll say it was skill. It could have been luck. But I'm sure they knew they had it timed down and absolutely perfect to a T. Taking 33 out of the game as that Aegis expires. And dead for 50 seconds. EG with the pushing potential of this Lycan. Arteezy, he can step it up and get ready to try and force out a buyback.
Yeah, and EG, they're going to look to pressure this tower, hopefully kill it, get the buyback, get the hell out of there. Lycan ult is active. Necro will be down momentarily. And Sniper just shrapnels, you get high ground vision. It's just about getting this tier 3. That's all EG want. But you got to be cautious. Ace is looking to jump. They will back out. It's so nerve-wracking because you know that if you make that one misstep, Ace will just slaughter whoever he jumps for.
Yeah, with the items he has now, he can do so.
I like this.
Sven is huge.
They place a ward on the high ground and send Arteezy bottom. It'll lull Nip into a false sense of security. As 4 will show, he'll start pushing top. You play these two side lanes, much like NIP did in the previous game, and look to find somebody isolated like they just got that kill on Bristle. Roshan spawning soon, but not for some time. Arteezy with both the CDR and the shapeshift duration talent. So Lycan has a big problem with his effectiveness like on map without ult. As you level up, it gets easier and easier to reduce that downtime. 70 second CD, 26 second duration. So much more uptime, much easier for your team to play around and continue to do what he's doing. Spending the spells, the cooldowns to press an NIP into a lane as his team plays elsewhere. And it could punish 3-3 once again.
He's trying to push out on his own. Ooh. He does back up before Crit is able to find the Fisher block off though.
So close though. You can see it's just he knows. He's 2 seconds slower on that back away. He just gets blocked off and probably goes down. You don't ever want to mass TP onto a shrine if you're NIP. You have absolutely no vision in the top area of the map, which is why EG is so confident playing in this area. Fly's done a good job. A D ward on the shrine, a D ward that got the high ground. So they know NIP don't have anything around this area. Of course, Soxa proves me wrong, places one immediately as they smoke behind it. And EG get out of dodge. They felt it coming. They know no one's bottom. And where's Arteezy headed? It's a very, very easy game to read. It's just a question of who makes the first mistake. Even if they don't find kills, they at least get wards up with this rotation. And they may get lucky here as S4 walks in.
He's going to be the one on the front, forces down to the low ground. Slides himself away from the inevitable ace. So looking for that stun.
I really like EG's decision here. They have 3 force staffs. The same way you play against Ursa, you play against Sven. Any of these melee heroes, blink reliant initiation, just continuously kite back, kite back, kite back. That benefits Sniper way more than it does these melee cores of NIP, who really have no option other than continuing to run forwards. BKB on Sven only at 7 seconds now. Later this game goes, the more it favors EG.
Regeneration.
NIP still in the same area of EG's map, as EG do push out the mid and the bottom.
Dire's bottom
NIP starting to TP over. So if they can get the catch out onto Arteezy, Arteezy's got a lot behind him, he'll put the ult straight away. In fact, starting to posture for a fight. S4 is there by his side, but NIP will not be able to make the jump.
And they force TPs and they just pin immediately straight to the other end of the map. Just continuously mirror and cut. That's all you gotta do. In fact, you just run straight to the top lane.
And then look at the mid for S4. S4 is going to be saved by the false promise. But still getting a big static link off as he tries to chase him with the BKB. Keeping the damage on Crit, making it hard for Crit to make any sort of blink play. S4 will be fine, but there's the Hex onto Crit. He's trapped in the walls. Forced out to the side. There's somehow with the Hurricane Pike, shoving Crit backwards, keeping him at a safe distance. Fishes out onto the 3 of them. Surge as well. They'll save Crit and get him out of there.
Arteezy into the base, but Ace, you can see he has to plant himself there to prevent the Lycan from entering. So even though they have the team advantage.
They're TPing back to the shrine as well, maybe see if they can catch him. But indeed a blink into the lane there. Saxa predicting the movement incorrectly. Arteezy's able to walk back safely through the jungle. And up here, still on the hunt though again. Roshop. This is the area where they will all be focused. Orchid done for Ace, that extra bit of control and damage.
Win or lose this series, both teams playing near peak form. I really think that it's a good time to do so as well. NIP haven't looked the greatest throughout the season, but now guaranteed top 6, almost guaranteed going to TI. And even if they lose this game, they are playing it well. It's just EG, you know, always that step ahead. But you know, NIP is just, they're so close. They can just find that one pick off, start to threaten the enemy base.
As you mentioned, it really is sort of a game on the other way around. Last game, you see NIP make sort of one mistake at that point. You know, EG could have been collapsing into a victory here. If EG make a mistake, NIP could steamroll down a lane. This Sven from Ace is absolutely huge. 25k net worth nearly, and then this good control around the pit, making it so hard for EG to get that roast that they want to do so with the like, and they have to try and find a pick-off or a fight first, and they're going for it here with the smoke.
But you gotta be careful. Look at OTZ's build. He went Deso. He is not playing Dota to kill the enemies. It's all about the buildings. He's killing the tier 2 bottom.
Top, they find a core catch. They get Fada. Jump in with the echo. Fada's down for 75.
And RTZ's already so pressured bottom. You gotta make a decision here, Nip. Which lane are you gonna play into? 2 heroes show bottom. But EG, they beeline his forward to the Roche pit. They know Fada will be out of this game. No buyback. They say he buys Shivas. Might assume it's not available.
NIP still seeing if they can get a poke on this. They get the Hex off. Onto Fly. Fisher, Wolf's Edge cancels the Shackle. Falls to the side. Fly will be fine. NIP, they still got Ace. Oh, the 2-man stun. The silence on Samel, but it's ruled off immediately by the force. They lose towards S4. The damage from this Sven rips S4 apart. Saxa, he's in with the Hex. Caught out another 33 Ace opponent. Samel will pop, and they're not done yet. Ace on towards Fly, stuns out. He has been disarmed. He's slowing him down, but the silence onto Fly means Fly's got nothing else available. Ace 2 shots him. As there's a triple kill for the Sven. NIP, a beautiful jump and commitment into the fight. They lose Fada, but they know that they can still fight.
Look,
without the numbers.
Anytime NIP is engaging, it's good for them because RTZ is not playing with the team. It's the right call, but it means that they're going to be completely outmatched in any engagement.
And that's
all they're doing is playing cat and mouse.
There's no way they can stop this. I mean, they do have buybacks on S4 and Fly, but they're not going to commit them. This is going to be Roshan surely for NIP. Crit is up, but he hasn't got the Echo Slap.
Yeah, and dude, he went for the stun duration talent on the Sven. 3.25 now. AoE disable on only a 7-second cooldown. Ace is his own.
Saxa! Oh. He's ever walking with the Invis. He's down Crit right outside the pit. It's another kill from NIP. Crit's gone into the pit. They're back. And they don't. Again, this is just. It's not the quickest of Roshans with their lineup, but it's seemingly a pretty safe one. I mean, EG, they do have everyone up and out apart from Crit, but the fact that they don't have that Shaker means that they don't really have that big sort of team fight wombo start to stop NIP from getting away from this. They'll take Rush.
And you got to be careful, Nip. You made the mistake last game of getting this huge lead and then sitting on it for a bit too long. This is your window to win the game. RTZ is always going to be threatening your base. And the longer the game goes, the more likely it is you just make that one mistake where it's not even a mistake. You just forget about your base for 10 seconds with Glyph down, and Arax is dead.
He really is playing the ASAR coordinate of game 1.
Yep. And you're at this critical mass. You've just finished a heart on your Bristleback. He's got Gem. You've got the Vlad's active. Almost all these team fight auras are available. Your Sven is nearly capped out. What's he got coming to him? Bots. Yeah, wants to ensure, and this was huge. It's the same as game 1, right? Where finally your hyper carry has the ability to split around the map, so Ace can both threaten RTZ and be able to actually play Dota with his teammates. I also really like that he went for the Bloodthorn instead of the Daedalus. When you're playing against multiple forms of mana burn as Sven, it's very important that you have some sort of regen. The Bloodthorn ensure that even if you were to kill off Necrobook after it attacks you for a little bit, you're still going to be in fighting shape, and you need to have the mana pool to constantly spam stun on that short cooldown. Also removes your need for an MKB, although no one on the side of EG has purchased Evasion just yet. Blink Dagger on Sumail. Again, recognizing it's about positioning, not damage output. They need NIP heroes isolated to find kills, but the lanes are good for NIP, so they're just going to look to push.
They are. They're moving in with the smoke. We'll see if they can catch Saxa. In with the jump, the blink Hex. Ace is there with the damage as Crit's found and Crit's gone. No buyback on the Shaker either. He's dead for a full minute. As NIP, they'll take the tier 2. They're moving up to the high ground.
And the lanes aren't good enough. RTZ does not have any pressure on the map. You've got at least 30 seconds to go here for NIP.
Pulls it down, jumping from Ace, tries for the stun. Blink dodges there. But NIP with these wards down, they'll melt through the tier 3. We'll see if they're able to stick around for the Rex as well. Still 45 seconds, no Crit Shaker. RTZ desperately shoving out this bottom lane, trying to get it up towards the base. Oh, Ace, he's in! Onto Zabel with the false promise, he's there for Fly. Oh, Ace turns towards another, the Hex was there for Sax on the Fly, Fly's there, buys back, but they've lost S4.
RTZ approaching the base. You're going to be able to kill the Rexer and NIP, but now you got to return.
They've got to get back. Look for the TP available. They can, Fire post the BKB, the vacuum's there to cancel Saxon's TP. Goes Scepter, will buy him some time. The Assassinate comes in as well at the root. Saxo will fall. Arteezy, he moves straight up towards the top. Fortification will finally come out from NIP.
They're chasing. Leveled up for a few more seconds, but here's the disrupt.
He gets the ult off. But Arteezy still with a good duration of that shapeshift will be able to get out of there back to safety. NIP, they get that mid-brax. They break into the base of EG. Arteezy still unable to rat through the tier 3 towers. They all still stand for NIP.
That's well played by both sides. I love the aggression from NIP though. You can see Ace, he's waiting outside the base, but he has no intention of leaving. He's just ensuring he has Blink available and just goes straight in, knowing that Sumail's Blink is still on cooldown, finds that kill.
Look at this movement from EG. This may catch NIP off guard. As soon as Chris back in the game, they're smoked up. They've lost the mid-brax, but they want to make a play. They know that they still have the creep waves in the mid lane in an okay position. The stronger creeps haven't kicked in yet in terms of momentum. This is the time to make a play, but NIP, they're so sensible about this. They're in the base, making sure that they do not get caught out by this smoke.
Yeah, they don't want to force Sox's buyback here, and it's a cool play from EG. They've been playing away from Arteezy for so long. Maybe NIP would have been lulled into it. Getting cocky there. Spot up, big drain, 105.
If NIP can get a catch as EG have to be on the defensive. Sax is back in the game, and EG will immediately retreat. Resume play as well and continue to just play this game where Arteezy just looking for any sort of avenue to go for the wrap.
And one racks, it's nice. It feels good if you're NIP, but it's so late into the game, it's just not that meaningful, especially considering it's mid. Arguably the least valuable racks to take because it's in the middle of the map. It's much easier to clear those waves than it is to worry about your bottom, which is also so far away from the Roche pit. Very difficult to play against as Radiant.
NIP. Close to EG, they're going to find Crit in the trees. Crit falls to the side. They'll lead him with the Sheepers Guard. They're on top of Crit. The stun's there from Ace. They use up in the air to dodge the stun. Can he escape this? So another force to the side. S4's trying to help him. S4 surrounded by the blood. The Greaves are out. Crit will be able to keep the distance. Arteezy therefore trying to kill off Ace. The stun's out for Arteezy. Arteezy drama. Arteezy's down. Ace literally S4 down. They get the kills for Arteezy's still good to go. He's trying to turn it around, but PPD and 33 is still ready to fight. Oh, the cheese is popped, and Arteezy's BKB's one off. He has to be careful and hide in the trees. Fighter very, very low at the moment. As he'll go back towards the creep wave, Arteezy TPing down to the bottom shrine. He'll push out bottom, but S4 the one to die, dead for 90, no buyback on the Darkseer.
If you notice, if you're NIP, you're just going to go forward.
No buyback on the
right into the base, you go for throne here.
Diving, forcing Sumail and Crit right back. As they'll move in, Sumail forced back into the fountain just in time. But a full minute where EG only had 3 heroes in the game, water down. NIP looking to close this one up as the tier 4 start to fall.
Arteezy, you can keep ranting if you want to, but your base is in danger this time, not just a rack.
He's gonna try. He's trying his best, Crit, but it's not enough. The Hex, the control, Crit's dead. No buyback on him either. The shackles as well. NIP, they are doing it here in this game too by the looks of it. Ace nearly dying there. Back with the big ball. Sumail does get him. There'll be a buyback. Sumail, he's trying to hold, but GG is called. NIP will take game 2. We're going to a game 3.
And I'm glad. I feel like this series deserves it. It really does. The more aggressive squad. It's such high-level Dota. One mistake by the team forced to defend their racks with the teamfight advantage. These games are not the same.